Hello everyone, JRDL96 here with a brand new reaction. As you can tell by the title, it's another Markiplier video, and it's another Markiplier animation, Distractible related, and it's from the well-renowned, the infamous Sir Walter Underbridge. Now, the last, I believe, was one of the stories, it's been a while, but this is one of the stories that I honestly had been dying someone to animate, and it was related to the fiasco that Mark had to endure with the pharmacist when it came to his ADHD medication. When he was being prescribed a new supply of medication for his ADHD, instead of going from Adderall, he was going to something else. And the pharmacy, CVS, was acting like a dick. Kept saying, "Oh, we don't have it," after his doctor says, "Send it over." It was one of those stories that I was dying someone to do, and I guess Sir Walter Underbridge heard my pleas, heard my cries, and said, "Hey, we need this story made." I don't know. But I wonder like how Sir Walter Underbridge is going to do this story, because this is part one, so there's probably going to be another part eventually. So every other 2 weeks we're doing, I guess. So I got to wait another week maybe if that happens, but he's also got another raft animation to put out too, so I'm not sure if we're gonna have the pharmacy first or the raft first, so we'll see. So anyways, let's just get right into it. So without ado, let's react to this video, shall we?
This whole story starts back in September of last year. But
2021.
Full context, just a few things of early information. I have ADHD. I was diagnosed when I was 21, late in
Really?
life, but it was mostly just
I was diagnosed when I was
I didn't really know what ADHD
just
was,
about to be
and
9 years old. 2005.
I had an inclination that I might, because I had a lot of trouble like focusing and doing work, and like whenever I tried to like do something, I would just kind of fall asleep, and it didn't matter how much I wanted to do something. if it like took work,
Oh my
it was
God.
almost impossible for me to do. And it was incredibly frustrating.
Fucking
so
Bob trying to wake him up with the big giant trombone, the big giant instrument. Hey, well, it probably isn't a trombone. Okay. Support my Patreon.
I think they said it was in the red. If there's like a gauge and a needle, it's like all the tests that I take.
It's over
like
9,000
concentration tests. Every single one was like, "You passed with flying
colors.
You are so
ADHD.
So deep in ADHD." I was like, "Wow, okay, that answers a lot of
ADD.
questions." So,
HD DVD. I saw that.
Habit changes that I did.
That's
I
funny.
am medication. So I've been taking Adderall since my diagnosis.
I've been taking Adderall since 2011.
I've been taking Adderall. Okay, that's not abnormal. That's fine. I got up to a therapeutic dose. That's fine. It's what it is. It's what my doctor recommended. This is a key component to this. Me and my doctor have been in constant communication. I've actually had a few different doctors, and we've always been in constant communication, because that's how medicine should work for these therapies, right? You'd expect that.
Sure, yeah.
So, since I've been taking it for 10 years, I was reaching the point where the option was either go up in dosage or try a new medication for therapy reasons, because the same medication that I've been taking for a long time, it stops being effective or as effective because of tolerances, all these different things, longevity, my brain changes. There's a bunch of different factors. I don't know them all, because it's a communication between me and my doctor. So I find out about this new medication that's coming out. It has good reviews. Like, I want to switch from it. Should I get the name to it? It doesn't matter. It's
Subtractinone?
Attractinone.
Attentional.
These are all great names, and they were going for but it's this medication called the Stars. I read reviews about it. All these weird medication names are bizarre. Don't ask me the spelling, because I wouldn't fucking know. But I wanted to try it. Had good reviews, talked to my doctor, seemed like it was a good fit for me. He said, "Okay, let's try this medication. I'll write you a prescription for
I just can't get over that fucking Cluck t-shirt.
Normal talking to doctor.
Bob, where are you looking?
So I take this prescription to my pharmacy, CVS.
CBS.
And
CBS FM?
The thing, and they're like, "Oh, never heard of this one before. We'll order it, and it should be ready in a few days."
Bob with a new hairdo.
Perfectly normal. This was in September of last year.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, it's been over months,
You
man.
did say it took a while.
Yeah, as of right now, it's May. And as of right now, I got this prescription last week. the first time that there was a problem, because I submitted on like a Thursday, so the following Monday, I still haven't heard anything from CVS. So I call and I'm like, hey, did you get that prescription in? And they said like,
No.
I said,
Wrong answer.
yeah.
Let me put you on hold for a minute. I'll find out.
So, I'm like, oh, do you know why?
No.
Cool.
Literally the answer I got. I'm not exaggerating. When I
That
asked
sounds
them
so
why it didn't
ridiculous.
come in, they said,
No. Don't know why it didn't come in. We'll try to order it again.
Well, it's a good thing it's not an important medical prescription. It was just a frivolous fun prescription. So, you know,
And
you're
that is-
fine. You'll be fine.
that is exactly the situation I was in, because I was running out of my previous
Yes.
prescription. I only had so many pills left, and that's a problem. But I was like, okay, order it again. I got a few days left. I should be fine. Next day comes around. They said, we'll order it. We'll put it priority. It should come in tomorrow. Great. Tomorrow rolls around. I call again. You got it?
No.
You know why? Okay. All right. Starting to become a problem here.
The same person answering every
Same
Flat
time.
bastard. Oh my god. Karen, you're right. No one's
And it is
opinion
the
matters
same
but
amount of
yours.
It's just like, no, I'm
Fucking
busy.
fuck.
Like, I can't look into it. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of important. I need to know if you have this. Do I need to transfer this to another pharmacy? What's the order of things here? It's like, well, because of what it is, you can't transfer it. We can't transfer it. You have to get your doctor right now.
It's like a board game.
Okay, can you try to
Like a
order
video
it?
What the hell
game.
is that?
It's because like ADHD medication is like a controlled substance.
Oh,
Like,
dang.
so it's.
I guess
it's like
some people
category two.
buy
So
it
there's
So they don't
for
want you calling it into like 6 places.
addiction.
Like, getting
Exactly.
all those prescriptions
Yeah.
at once. Okay.
Which
I guess that makes sense.
I totally understand, and that's what I'm thinking this is all about. Like, okay, there must be something about this. So I'm like, okay, can you try to order it again? Like, hopefully it's just an inventory issue and whatnot. And then, like, please, like, this is very important. I need it because I need to know if I need to get a different prescription to fill the interim. Like, it's important. And they're like, okay, we'll order it again. 3 days pass. Like, I'm on my last bill of this other person. I'm like, please, did you get it? And it's like,
And we're not gonna order it anymore because it doesn't keep coming in.
I'm like, what?
What? Are you fucking
Does
serious?
this person also work at a vet clinic?
Yeah, I'm just like,
Oh, yeah,
what do you mean?
Wade's,
I never get
pet
upset
was
on
having
customer
issues,
service
and-
stuff, but I could not fathom why it is, and it's like they said we don't know, there's no answer, like just the supplier didn't order it, and I'm like, what do you mean the supplier?
What do you
didn't order it? What are
mean?
you talking about? And then finally, I go to the store. I literally go to the store and I confront the same person I was talking to on the phone. And I'm like, please tell me
What
is
happened?
the problem. And the problem was that because it is a new medication, my insurance couldn't cover it until there was a prior authorization, which is a factor in these things. It is a factor.
Yeah.
So, but they didn't tell me that. They didn't tell me that it needed a prior authorization, which they would ordinarily tell you long ago, because then they would look and they would see insurance didn't pay for it and stuff like that. So I said, fucking fine, okay, I'm gonna go to my doctor and he will submit a prior authorization, which is the most absurd thing in the world, because what it is, it's the insurance company just saying like, we don't know if you really need this medication.
We
need to
don't
hear
know.
from your
We don't
doctor
really
that
need to
you
hear."
actually need it. And I'm like, didn't my doctor write on a very special piece of
Paper.
that no one can duplicate, that my name is on it, needs this medication? That's what a prescription is.
Yes.
Why would they write it if I didn't need it?
Oh, listen. You may have gotten it prescribed, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's necessary.
I know, and the thing
Your
is,
doctor's just, maybe he just wants you to have a fun weekend.
Is that Tyler on the
try
left?
to hook you up, get
And
you
then there's
to
Jacksepticeye
sell
on the
off
right.
street, make a little extra cash. I don't know.
you know, what's crazy is the prior authorization is literally a letter from my doctor that essentially says, yes, they need this medication. So they get the prescription from my doctor. I'm like, well, we need to hear from your doctor. And then the doctor writes a note that says, this guy needs it. Oh, it's a letter from your doctor. Now we'll submit it through.
Oh my god.
And you would think this would be the
End of the story.
Oh no.
But
it
it's
wouldn't.
not. This is
We
just,
don't
it just
week into
begins.
The timeline of me, because
Holy
remember, this
shit.
is still back in September.
Timber.
Months ago.
So I get the prior authorization. It goes through, and you know what my insurance says?
That looks like a fake authorization if I've ever seen one.
That's pretty much what happened, and I've never understood that in my life before. I've never even heard that. And what they did was they didn't straight up say no. It was like,
Well, are you sure you don't need another medication? How about one of these that we do cover?
and I'm like, are you my doctor? Are you writing prescriptions? Are you doing the prescribing thing? You medical profession? No, they're
He
not.
could be.
No.
Meanwhile, they've got the euthanasia needle behind their back, like, no, but we can still help.
He called their best friend and he's like, I could get rid of him.
Oh.
I'll fix your
problem.
Don't you even worry about
We
it.
don't need pre-authorization for this.
You'll never be distracted again.
Oh my God, I
You'll
see
be so
Sir
focused
Walter
on
Underbridge
that.
coming in.
And so
Nah.
what came
Coming
about
in for the
is,
rescue.
It wasn't even after the insurance, because the prior authorization
Uh-oh.
finally went through whatever after a long fight with that. That took another week. So I went back to CVS and I'm like, can you please order this now? And
The
then
woes.
they didn't even try to order it. After all of that, they just said, our supplier refuses to buy this medication because there aren't enough people getting prescribed this medication. And I've never heard a more insane sentence in my life.
Look, you have to really have a common ailment. If you have an uncommon ailment, then you're just
Yeah.
on your own.
What, you want them to just eat that overhead so that you can get the medicine you
yourself.
need to
You
function?
alien bitch.
What do you think this is?
Because what that means is, like, with any, and I get it, it's a new medication. Like, of course there aren't going to be many people. It's new, but do just hundreds of people have to have this fight with
It's
a
like
pharmacy
pulling
to get
teeth.
a medicine
Yes.
that their doctor says that they need, or like and yes is the answer. Yes is the actual answer.
Of course.
And it was the most absurd thing. So obviously I couldn't deal with this wait. I got my doctor to write me another prescription for my previous prescription of Adderall.
Adderall.
This mystery thing that was a Starus just had to be shoved off.
Is that
to the
an in
side.
space
Like,
reference?
I just had to wait. And so, because I was busy making space, and I was like,
Yes.
holy shit, I need medication for this. It's just like, I can't function at this point in my life, and I want to try this new thing. So it goes by, and every once in a while I'll check in with it, and it won't happen. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, and I talked to my doctor, and I figure it's been 6 months, right? It's been 6 months. Space is almost done. I finally have a chance where I can get to a point where I can address this other issue in my life, and I can try a new medication that will hopefully be more beneficial to me. All seems good. My doctor's like, sure, you got it, buddy. Let's try it again. Here we go again with this test prescription, yada yada, all that stuff. I send it to CVS, and I'm like, all right, cool, let's try this again. They ordered it. I call up. Did it come in?
Okay, it's not going to be the case. So I gotta wait till after the next one when he posts Raft. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, get, the others thing out of the way first before you continue this story. But man, like, I was mad for him. I was really angry. I'm like, dude, why the fuck is the pharmacy acting like, oh, we're not going to order it? Like, and their excuse was, oh, we're not going to, we refuse to order it because not enough people are ordering it. Or they're out, or that, or this, or that. And, like, because I guess, Mark had every right to be angry, because at this point, he's been taking this Adderall medication for over a decade at that point, and he's like, look, my Adderall is not help, the Adderall is becoming less and less, effective for me. I need a new medication that is strong enough for me to focus, that can help me. But the CVS is like, no, we didn't get it. They're acting like assholes. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. Like, are they afraid of that because people like to take the, ADHD medication and sell it on the streets? Is it that the issue? I get that. There are some people that do that. I don't know why. Like idiots. But man. And it's so funny, when this story came out, when he told the story on Distractible, around this time with me, I just turned 26. And you know what that means? I have to get my own health insurance. So that means I have to deal with the bullshit debacle of getting medication and going to a doctor and not worrying about paying a huge amount of money when going. Because Usually when under my health insurance, or, anybody's health insurance, usually medication costs $5 to $10. But if you're not insured, that will skyrocket. I ended up paying $60 for a cheaper brand of Adderall. Because I take Adderall XR. That's what I take. I've been taking that since 2011. Pretty much, I've been taking Adderall since 2011. And, the thing is, there was this issue, I guess, because my parents are, suggesting to me, hey, I think you shouldn't go to the doctor and wait until your new insurance goes through in August. That it's not effective until August. So that's what I did. So, but I remember this one point where, I don't know what, but, at one point there was a point where I might have paid over $100+ for just my normal supply for 60 days or 30 days. But my pharmacist that I go to said, was grateful enough to lend me a cheaper brand of Adderall for $60 for 30 days. So that's what I ended up doing for the time being before I got my new supply afterward. When my new insurance came through, was now in effect and stuff, that type of thing. So it kind of was not necessarily on to the level of extreme like Mark had to endure, but just, I had to deal with that transition of oh boy, I don't want to pay so much money and stuff. Getting a new health and going under a new health insurance and stuff like that, that type of thing. So it was kind of hilarious just hearing that story, and then here I am going under a new health insurance and have to endure paying maybe a little bit more money than normal for that time being because my old health insurance under my parents expired, and that I have got my new health insurance. So doesn't help. But man, I've listened to the whole story. Spoiler alert. It still goes on. It still went on for another while, and it didn't end until around May. So, even during In Space, during the, In Space with Markiplier production, it's just dude, come on. What are you doing? I don't know. But anyways, I think overall that was really fun. I enjoyed the animation. I love the little details that Sir Walter Underbridge puts in his videos. I think the last video I watched was the kayaking adventure that Bob went on. I think that was the one. I believe so. Yeah, I think that was the story. But anyways, speaking of Sir Walter Underbridge, I have just recently, in the last week, I've become a Patreon supporter of his. I became a supporter of his on Patreon. Because I felt hey, why not? Support him. Because he makes great animations, etc. So I felt you know what? Might as well, You know what I mean? So that's what I felt like doing. I felt like doing that because I think his the guy's animations is fantastic. So I get this message from him from Patreon saying, "Hey, welcome to the Patreon. I really appreciate your support. Your reactions are always amazing to watch, by the way." I appreciate that, man. Because I like your animations, So it's very nice, I'm surprised he recognized me. He's like, "Oh, that guy, the guy that requested the animation for the Bob's Fridge." That guy. I don't know. But yeah, I became a Patreon supporter of his, and and very appreciative of the little thing there. But anyways, that's really it on this reaction. And I have been living under a rock, and I think this might have something to do with my little hiatus. But there was a streak, this has nothing to do with the animation. This is all about just Mark. But back in October, I did not know about this at all. But during a live stream where it's called just Fine, in terms of in response to the outcry for his OnlyFans. And he was about to start playing this game. But I guess when he had it's up and running, he had it on the wrong window, and instead it started to play what looks like a teaser trailer for the Edge of Sleep TV series. And it's literally like a 2001 Space Odyssey intro with it transitioning into Mark or Dave on an airplane, like, for like a millisecond before Mark realizes his mistake, and he was like, oh shit. He was like, oh fuck. But yeah, I did not know about that. How the fuck did I not know about that? Is beyond me. But anyways, also I didn't know that he was also making a movie. About what? I have no idea. We all don't know what he's making a movie about. It would be funny if at the end of the day, when we were all speculating on what he was filming back in 2021, which ended up being the Edge of Sleep TV series, it's the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. You know, that would be kind of funny in the end, but I don't think that's the case. But it would be fucking hysterical at the end of the day when you think about it, right? But anyways, enough rambling. There are some decent amount of videos that we could check out. I've been kind of out of the loop, in and out of it, you know. But there's one video from Crank Gameplays that he just put out recently called It's 2016 Again. I don't know what that means. And then there was that one where the chat, you know, controls where I go. So I have no idea. There are a decent amount of videos we could check out right now, but we'll see. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. If you did, the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure to check out my Instagram because I make cool ads and Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and myself. Others from Mr. Cosplays on there, so go check it out. And be sure to check out my Tumblr and my Discord in the description as well. So until next time, JRDL96 signing out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!